Greetings interwebs, my name is Miguel,
Hello, my name's Frank.
and we are the creators and editors of Sonic Elder, a musical review website focused on all things indie and underground. So today we have something a little different to show you. We're going to take a look at Guitar Pro, which is a songwriting software that is used by many musicians, regardless of genre, whether it be hip-hop, electronic, or straight-up rock and roll and heavy metal.
Guitar Pro was made by Airwave. It's been around since 1997. Every version out is $75, and Guitar Pro 7 came out earlier this year.
For the purposes of this video, we're going to take a look at Guitar Pro 6, as the layout has not changed that dramatically as from Guitar Pro 5 to Guitar Pro 6. So all that we're going to learn here can be easily transferred over to Guitar Pro 7. Here we have the basic window when you first start it up. As you can see, there's not much on it as we have not created any new files. So starting off with, we're going to go to File, and we're going to go through this list of possible templates to choose from. You can load up an entire band, you can select certain instruments, which adds a track automatically. For right now, however, we're going to start with Drum Kit. What makes Guitar Pro stand out as one of the premier songwriting softwares currently on the market is that it has RSE, which stands for Realistic Sound Engine. So any note, any sheet music that you put into it, it can play it back for you in time and in key, so you can actually hear back what you've just written. If you notice on the sidebar, it has every single note modification you can possibly imagine, both in time, such as triplet feel, forte, pianissimo, triple pianissimo, triple forte, pianissimo and forte meaning dynamics, pianissimo being very, very soft, and triple forte being the strongest you can possibly play the note. With this first note, we can see the closed hi-hat and the kick drum. The kick drum being on the low side and the hi-hat being at the top of the lines, as you can see. With the second note, we have the kick drum and the snare drum. What I've inputted so far is a basic 2/4 drum beat, as is standard with a lot of pop music and a lot of hip-hop, mainly with faster paced music. To input these notes, you can navigate using your arrow keys and your mouse to exactly where you want to put a note on the sheet music. And using your number pad, making sure number lock is on, use mainly numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for different possible notes. For example, on this line with a hi-hat, number 1 will get you a closed hi-hat. Pressing the number 2 will get you a half-open hi-hat. Number 3 will get you an open hi-hat, and number 4 will get you a medium crash cymbal. Not every note has all these options or utilize all the number keys, however most of the notes do, such as with the snare drum. Number 1 will get you a basic snare hit, number 2 will get you a rim shot, and number 3 will get you a side stick. As you can hear, our drum kit in its current form is very boomy and sounds very unpleasant. As with a lot of these templates and preset tracks, they are loaded with effects. By default, the drum kit track is loaded with an analog compressor and a reverb, similar to a mixing chain during production. One can add a variety of effects to any instrument, whether it be a drum kit or a stringed instrument or even an orchestral instrument, such as guitar amps or guitar pedals for a distorted effect. We can also add modulation effects and reverb, such as in a mastering chain. This can come in handy when you are experimenting with sounds, as you can morph your instrument into something completely creative and completely intriguing. Let's add a guitar blues overdrive to the drum track after the reverb, which gives us a distorted drum sound very typical of indie rock. Now let's add an acoustic piano. Guitar Pro gives you the option of including an acoustic piano, an electric piano, or a synthesizer, as well as grand staff notation, meaning a bass notation and a treble notation, such as for using different hands, or a simple treble notation. Navigating over to the sidebar, we can switch the notation's key. As by default, it comes in the key of C, which means all white keys on a piano. This comes in handy as all the notes you input from now on will be in that key, so one does not have to memorize all the sharps and the flats or the locations of which to put it on the sheet music. For example, a B chord or a B triad has the notes B, D sharp, and F sharp. However, they do not appear, and they have already been inputted. If we switch back to the key of C, the sharps will be added. When adding a guitar track, one also has the option of keeping the key or changing the key as well. However, you also have the option of changing from standard notation or tablature, or including them both. One also has the option of inputting guitar chords if one does not know the tablature or the standard notation. Guitar Pro has a large chord library one can choose from if one does not know the standard notation or the tablature. One simply has to choose the note and the guitar chord type, such as major, minor, seventh, or sustained or diminished chords. From here you can insert using the chord diagram that one is most familiar with or the one that one knows, and it will input it in tablature and in standard notation form. We'll also add an icon at the top telling you which guitar chords are going to be used in this sheet music. We hope this tutorial was helpful and gave you a little bit of insight into what goes on a songwriter's computer. I've been Miguel, and make sure to visit Sonic Elder.